Hey guys, do you want to sound English? Do you want to sound British? In this lesson, you're going to learn 10 words to learn the English accent. This video is brought to you in partnership with Elsa. More on them later. So guys, by the end of this video, I promise you, I really do promise you, that you are going to start to sound English. And in this case, you're also going to be learning the British accent because you're going to be learning the words from me. Now the first word that I want you to pronounce is this word. How would you pronounce it? Don't say busyness. It's business. Business.
This is business.
This is my sweat.
I know, but I did business.
Now how about this word? Don't pronounce it history. It's history. History.
Yesterday is history.
And this word? Don't pronounce it camera. Pronounce it camera. Camera.
Say hello to the camera.
Hello.
Now, did you notice something strange about how I pronounce these words? The middle vowel I didn't pronounce in any of these words, and this process is called alision. Elision basically means that you omit a sound in the word. You take away a sound, that means. So in this case, I take away an I from business, an O from history, and an E from camera. Now, this doesn't happen with every word, but when you learn a new word in English, make sure you learn the pronunciation as well, because it could be that we are removing a sound. But why do we remove a sound? Well, this is something that's evolved naturally with the language to make it quicker and easier to pronounce. So one of the biggest secrets of learning how to sound like a native English speaker is realizing that you don't necessarily pronounce every letter that you see written in a word. So if you can learn how to pronounce the next two words, you're going to be well on your way to beginning to sound English and getting an English accent.
You can do it!
How do you pronounce this word? It's not eating, it's eating. Eating.
I am eating a pineapple.
And how do we pronounce this word? It's not working, it's working. Working.
Hey, just working hard so I can please you.
Now, I want you to pay close attention to the ing pronunciation. We do not pronounce the G at the end. Inga, no. We pronounce it ing, ing, ing. It sounds weird when I say it on its own, but that makes our English sound much more natural and fluent. Ing. How do we make this sound? I want you to put your tongue at the top back of your mouth. It should look like that. Now, when you say ng, you don't let air pass through your mouth, but we want to be pronouncing it through our nose, giving it a slight nasal sound. This is a nasal sound. So it becomes ing, ing, ing. Working, eating. Have you got it? Do that, and you're starting to sound like a native. Okay, so let's move on to the next words. You need to learn how to pronounce these words correctly and learn why stress is so important in the English language. How do you pronounce this word? It's not even, it's even. Even. And this word? It's not event, it's event. Event. And this word? It's not eventually, it's eventually. Eventually. So here we've got even, and here we've got event. These words are pronounced completely differently, but there's only one letter difference. Why is this? Well, on these two words, the stress is on different syllables. In even, the stress is on the first syllable, even. But on event, the stress is on the second syllable, event, event, even, event. And this word, the stress is on the first syllable or the second syllable, eventually, eventually. The stress is on the second syllable. Fantastic. So you're probably wondering now, how do I learn to pronounce all of these words in English? How do I know where the stress is in different words? The truth is, to master this, you need to do a lot of practice, repetition, and listening and repeating. That's why I'm so happy today to introduce you all to Elsa Speak. Elsa is a super fun app that uses AI technology to correct your pronunciation in English. Okay, let's give it a go and practice this conversation. Ja, it's great to finally meet you in person. Not great, only 53%. But I can check my pronunciation mistakes by clicking the words and it explains to me how to pronounce it correctly. Let's give it another go. Yeah, it's great to finally meet you in person. Much better. Use the link in my description to download the app for free, and there is also a link to get discounts on Pro membership. By using these links and downloading Elsa, you'll improve your English and it also helps to support this channel. Check it out. Okay, so these are the last two words that I want you to learn how to pronounce to sound like a native English speaker. When you are learning how to pronounce words in English, you need to forget your pronunciation rules in your language. So, for example, how do you pronounce this word? Very, very. And this word? Berry, berry. Now, for example, if you're Spanish, you might confuse the V sound and the B sound. Va, ba, va, ba. Also, very and berry have the same ending. Very, berry. Even though berry has two R's and very only has one. In English, this doesn't change anything. So don't say berry. No, it's berry. Got it? Fantastic. Let's put your English pronunciation, your English accent to the test. How do you pronounce this word? Business. And this word? History. What about this word? Camera. And this word? Eating. And this one? Working. How about this word? Even. And this one? Event. How about this word? Eventually. And this one? Very. And finally this one? Berry. Great. Now you're starting to sound English. You're getting an English accent. Keep working on it and don't forget to check out Elsa Speak to continue practicing your pronunciation. See you in the next video. Bye.